Hello there, and welcome back to Triangle Strategy. The party decides how to use the new weapon gifted to them by Hyzant.
I apologize, but are you suggesting we destroy the dam around Telior Reservoir to start a flood?
The capital city was built on the banks of the Norzelia River. Breaking the dam surrounding Lake Telior upstream will allow us to submerge a majority of the city. Flooding the town will throw their army into disarray, which should allow us to take the place by storm.
Lake Telior is a man-made reservoir. You might be able to burst through with a blast crystal.
Huette scouted the area earlier and reported seeing very few sentries. Proof enough that this is outside the Archduke's calculations.
No. The damage will be too great. The means would not justify the end, Benedict.
We cannot afford to lose.
I agree with Roland. There is already far too much blood on our hands. Perhaps it's worth speaking with the people and gaining their understanding.
Unless we reclaim Glenbrook, it's unlikely they'll understand or support our actions. We must take the capital back, and show our strength and resolve first.
So that means you stand by Benedict then?
If we have a sure shot at winning, we need to take it. No matter the consequences. We can't lose the war. We just can't.
Telior Reservoir is the kingdom's water source. The dam was constructed to protect the people from floods. I doubt they would ever forgive us should we choose to destroy it for war.
Glenbrook thrives because of that water, and to use it otherwise is inexcusable. Brute strength isn't the only way to reclaim the city. We can strike at night and defeat their commanding officers. There are ways to slip into the castle unseen.
If you have used it before, there is a chance it has been sealed off since.
There is more than one route. You needn't worry.
So you mean not to use the blast crystal?
No, I do. After we sneak in, we can sink Esfrost's warship. It would close off their escape route.
Our first priority should be ensuring the people's safety. We cannot allow them to be taken hostage. It would restrict our options as well.
She's got a point. But how do we take the capital back after that?
We could use the blast crystal to destroy the bridge connecting the town and the castle. The enemies would be stuck within the walls.
That would certainly mitigate the damages to the citizens. If we encircle the castle, we could negotiate with them.
We could ask them to yield, free Glenbrook, and re-establish the trade between our nations. I am certain we can find a way to make both parties agree.
Negotiate.
I understand your thoughts and the wishes held therein.
Allow me to ask once more. Shall we shatter the dam around Lake Telior and flood the town? Sneak in under the guise of night, sink their ships and slay their commanding officers? Or destroy the bridge, safeguard the people, and negotiate with the enemy? Fetch the scales. It is time we decide our path.
Aye, lad. Consider this. Are you joking? Tough spot we're in.
Yes, sir. Certainly. I must hear what the others think.
My lord.
Say, Certainly. A hard choice.
Good point. I have chosen.
It is time to cast our votes. In which strategy do we entrust the future of Glenbrook? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I believe in you.
On this, I cannot be swayed.
I agree. I changed my mind.
Forgive me, lad.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen. The way forward is decided. We collapse the bridge and trap the enemy within the castle, keeping the common folk safe from the worst of the fighting.
You will safeguard the people, drive the enemy into the castle, and negotiate. You have chosen a righteous path, Wolfort. But do you really think negotiations will prevail? Such sympathy may be your downfall.
Even so, this is the path we have chosen.
Then walk tall. It is time to test your mettle. I must return to Hysant and see Minister Camsell. Next we meet, you will have both of our armies at your backs.
You have my thanks.
We cannot afford to lose this fight. For Norzelia.
I thought this battle was for Glenbrook.
This is not a simple struggle for power, Minister Sereno. The goddess, the source, iron? The war of 30 years ago comes back to haunt us because the old cling to relics of the past. Norzelia needs to be born anew. Right now, the people of every nation are searching for a young standard-bearer to guide them.
A standard-bearer?
Yes, people like you and me. This war is a fine opportunity for us to show our worth to Norzelia.
House Wolfort and Hysant join forces and begin planning Glenbrook's recapture. But with the Norzelia River and the Esfrosti armies in their way,
Retaking the capital will be no easy feat. Frederica proposes they destroy the bridge linking the castle to the rest of the capital, isolating the enemy and forcing them to parley. Though it may draw out the conflict, it is well worth it if they can avoid causing suffering to the people. Serenoa and the others agree to the plan. In support of House Wolfort, Hyzant's great army marches forth for the first time since the Salt Iron War.
The Hyzantian forces should be arriving any moment, Frederica.
Well then, let us make them welcome.
My lady, are you certain this is the path you desire? We are to battle against your people, against Thalos and Erica.
I am keenly aware of that.
Of course you are. But simply understanding a thing doesn't mean you are ready to face it. A single second's hesitation on the battlefield could cost you your life.
Worry not. I shall prevail against any who stand against me. Even my siblings.
To try and save them?
No. To save myself. And to save House Wolfort.
Minister Serenoa, Minister Camsell and myself have brought what troops we could muster.
I'm grateful for your assistance.
It was an arduous journey. Is there anywhere the soldiers could rest?
We've prepared barracks at the harbor. Please use them freely.
You do think of everything.
Hyzant has not mobilized a force so large since the Salt Iron War. Yet I hear you intend to settle this not by battle, but by parley. The Holy One will not agree to any half-hearted measures.
The pressures of a large army on the capital's threshold is part of our plan. Come inside and I will explain the rest.
General, House Wolfort and Hyzant have joined forces. There are indications their armies intend to march upon the capital.
Which direction will they come from?
We cannot yet be certain.
Close the city gates and rally the garrisons. I want the way to the castle completely blockaded.
And we ought to consider their attack from the river. House Wolfort knows very well how difficult this castle is to take. I doubt they think to capture it with a direct assault.
Indeed. Hyzantian soldiers are used to desert conditions. Doubtful they'd be keen to engage us in a marine battle. Though acting on that assumption and sending all our troops to defend the land route does leave a vulnerability the enemy could exploit. Send a party to scout along the riverbanks, then have them report to the harbor and ready our ship.
Yes, General.
Why beat around the bush? We have the soldiers, we should strike and end them.
It's best to avoid open battle. With the capital and Whiteholm under our control, we have the advantage.
All that tells me is you're frightened of Wolfort.
There is no enemy safe not to fear. A leader's hubris is the death of her soldiers.
Frederica is attacking us. What does it matter how many soldiers die? I command you to kill Frederica, Avlora.
Personal grudges have no place in the battlefield.
Silence! Gustadolf entrusted us with the castle's protection in his absence. Noble as frosty blood flows through our veins. How dare you order us about?
You do well to remember what you are, Flora. A simple orphan who doesn't even know her true name.
Yet it is this simple orphan in charge of our army. Insult me all you like. I will not allow open battle.
Obstinate woman. No matter. The reinforcements our brother sent are under our command.
I shall lead soldiers into the capital myself and crush Wolfort's forces when they arrive.
Is this the Esfrost I am to defend?
General Avlora.
But before this, a new character at last. A single man puts an end to the chaos caused by some Esfrosti soldiers in Glenbrook. But shouldn't I be unlocking this guy after successfully invading Glenbrook though?
Ah, my shop! Someone stop this madness!
Carry on screaming and sniveling! This land is ours now, and we'll do as we please!
You monsters!
Ha! Try me! I'll cut you down where you stand! And just what do you think you're doing?
You disgust me. Be gone from this place.
So, you've chosen death then?
Hold! Lest my eyes deceive me, is that not Sir Flanagan?
And what if I am?
'Tis him! The bloody shield in the flesh!
Former Black Iron Captain! Damn it all! Run for your life, you fool!
How far they have fallen. They confuse might for morality, and sully the duchy's good name.
Hail, soldier! I cannot thank you enough for coming to my aid.
'Tis instinct. I cannot abide such cruelty. Though I no longer call myself a soldier, it is the only station my skills afford me.
Milord, a man calling himself Flanagan requests an audience. Will you grant it?
Flanagan? The name sounds familiar somehow.
Ah, he fought in the tourney, didn't he? The one they call the Bloody Shield.
The Frosty soldier. What brings him to me? Anyhow, send him in.
My lord.
Been a few moons, Bloody Shield.
And many more since I answered to that name.
Then what brings an Esfrosti to us this day?
Words cannot bring back your countrymen, but I give them to you anyway. I condemn the duchy's actions with every fiber of my being. Deeply ashamed am I of our Archduke's willingness to shed the blood of innocents. Meager though they may be, you have my sympathies.
So, you came all this way just to apologize? You're a strange one, all right.
I am well aware that words alone mean little. And that is why I offer my service, that my words might ring true.
Why House Wolfort? There are far greater armies that would give anything to have a warrior like you in their ranks.
I have no interest in further bolstering the might of Estfrost or Hyzant. They trample the weak with no remorse. I will stand for it no longer.
And you think you can stand here and call us weak? You little...
You intrigue me, Sir Flanagan. But what of your title? Is your shield truly stained with blood?
It's a name given to me by men, nothing more.
You can trust he'll hold his own in battle if you take him in. One look is enough to tell you that.
A boon to our cause, then. Provided we ourselves do not become the very thing you despise. House Wolfort welcomes you, Sir Flanagan.
The feeling of intrigue is mutual. I am at your service.
You're two peas in a pod, aren't you?
Flanagan's aptitudes in battle. A rugged and mighty warrior who soars above the battlefield. Draws the enemy's attacks, stands strong against head-on attacks. Interesting. A good combination with Erendor, I suppose, since he has Steel Back, which makes him take less damage from back attacks. Alright. The group sets Frederica's plan to destroy the bridge into motion.
My spies have ascertained the situation at the capital. The bulk of the enemy is holed up in Whiteholm Castle. Right now, they don't seem to be very active.
And what of the common folk?
Their daily lives progress apace. It seems the enemy has yet to notice our movements.
Perfect conditions to execute Lady Frederica's plan. If the people are at ease, we should be able to seize the capital without resorting to all-out battle.
Thank goodness.
Then let's review the plan. First, my retinue shall take a small vessel to Whiteholm Castle and destroy the bridge.
Are you certain you want to go by yourselves? We could lend you some soldiers.
The fewer of us there are, the less likely we are to be spotted. We'll manage. We'll have the blast crystal.
Oh yes, a bridge like that'll come falling down pretty easy. You'll see.
The explosion will be your signal to march into the capital and keep the people calm.
Without using force, yes. I shall impress upon my soldiers they are not to act rashly.
Thank you, Minister.
As for you, Minister Campsell, we'd like you to take command of the naval forces to blockade the castle.
Very well. I can't say I'm much experienced in marine warfare, but I'll do my best.
Destroy the bridge, capture the town, blockade the river, isolate the enemy in the castle, and turn that impregnable fortress into their prison.
Once they're trapped, they'll have no choice but to parley with us and release their stranglehold on Glenbrook.
I hope you're right. A word of caution before we begin. Prince Roland, you are aware they will likely use Queen Cordelia as leverage when the time for parley comes? But no matter what pressure they apply, we cannot allow them to break us, should the worst come to pass.
I understand. I do not expect the fight to regain control of our kingdom to be painless.
Good. We have our plan. Now we must act upon it.
Then we shall depart at once, until we meet again in the capital.
Farewell, and good luck to us all.
Erica, Thalis, I cannot put off fighting them any longer. My, you're certainly calm for someone about to be sold off in the morrow. Sold off? You would compare my marriage into House Wolfort to trading coin for flesh. Why, I am to be a beacon of allyship, a bridge between our two lands. Yes, yes. So tell me, dear, how do you plan on seducing the Wolfort boy? Wait, let me guess. You'll use the same charms your mother did on our father.
Oh, enough cajoling, Erica. You're apt to make her cry. And Frederica, you know you don't have to take such abuse in silence, don't you? In any case, you seem to be under the impression that you've been entrusted with some crucial task. That couldn't be further from the truth. This is only to get you out of the way, same as your mother. You're no use to anyone in S. Frost.
But you already know that, don't you?
Well, every happiness to you, dear sister.
The world I knew before was so very limited. No matter what awful thing happened to me, I believed I could do nothing but suffer in silence. But staying quiet in the face of injustice is tantamount to condoning it. I needed to stand up and fight for myself. Becoming part of House Wolfort was the best thing to ever happen to me. Erica, Thalis, I'm done running.
In the dead of night, a small ship slips silently into Whiteholm Castle. Aboard are none other than the elite Wolfort fighters, led by Serenoa himself.
Serenoa and the others search for a place to plant the blast crystal. Is there no extras? No side stories? Okay then.
All right, it's time.
Where should we set the blast crystal, Milo?
Right around the middle of the bridge would be perfect. The wood will splinter apart quite nicely. Plus, any repairs we'll need to make later will be easy.
In the middle it is. We'll search for a suitable spot. In the meantime, Milo, you ready the blast crystal.
With pleasure.
Ooh, quality fiber. I just realized something though. I mean, this might actually backfire. Gustudov has proven to not actually give a shit about his own troops, so he might just abandon them instead. But then again, if he abandons them, they'll probably go to our side and defect, so I suppose it's a win-win regardless! I get down there? Not exactly what I was after, but I suppose that works. It seems like it's going to be one hell of a battlefield, though. This might be problematic.
The time for you to awaken is nigh, my patient little Elfric. Just give me the command.
All right, then let's...
Wolfort? When did you get here?
Thalys! Oh, I am so glad we didn't leave this to Avlora. I am shocked, Frederica, to find you sneaking around like a common thief.
Erica.
Ah, they've got us surrounded.
There is not enough time left for a fight. So, guess I'll be doing the character stories instead.
Wow. The stars are so pretty. They're always so bright, no matter where I go.
You were in a circus, right, Piccoletta?
Yep. We performed in all kinds of places together. The people in the circus were from all over too. There were people from Glenbrook, people from Hyzant. But when the war started, the circus broke up. Our circus master was from Esfrost, and he said he had to go and fight for his country. Even the poor animals were all taken away. They were like my family.
Piccoletta.
But I won't give up. I'll help you in this war, and then I'll bring back my circus troupe.
I believe in you, Piccoletta. But to do that, you'll need to build up your strength. And look, it's almost time to eat.
Yay! Let's eat together again today.
Please, you can't take our wheat. We just sent food the other day.
Silence! Lord Walford has ordered the requisition of all provisions. You wouldn't dare disobey your lord, would you?
Of course not. I just can't believe Lord Walford would command such a thing.
Are you accusing me, a noble woman of Glenbrook, of lying? How dare you, peasant?
Mayhap we should see what the commotion is about.
Mind telling us what's going on?
Well, if it isn't Captain Eridor. Thank you for all that you do to keep these lands safe.
You're one of the lot what recently fled from the Crown City, ain't you?
Just so, yes. I came to humbly lend what aid I could to Lord Wolfford and deliver on the provisions I promised.
What is your quarrel with these people? If you could explain the situation, we'd be more than happy to lend what aid we can.
Please, I beg of you, don't take our food. It's all we have.
I've always known Lord Walford to care for his people above all. Why would he do this to us?
What madness is this? Lord Serenoa has strictly forbidden commandeering food from the common folk. Surely you aren't asking these good people to relinquish their stores to you in his name?
I am simply gathering provisions on Lord Walford's behalf, as I promised. Honestly, he should be grateful.
Grateful? He'd be red in the face if he saw what you were doing. Ain't no way he ordered it.
On the contrary, you are acting in violation of your lord's decree. We cannot overlook your actions. You will come with us and be jailed. There you will await judgment for your crimes.
What nonsense is this? I am a noblewoman of Glenbrook. How dare you try to order me about, you self-important little man? You've no authority over me!
Look, I ain't disagreeing, but are you sure we should accost her without seeking Lord Serenoa's counsel first?
We haven't that luxury. The longer she is allowed to roam free, the more the people will suffer, and our lord's good name be sullied. We must show the people that unethical acts will not go unpunished. Take her away.
You'll pay for your impudence!
Can't believe there are scoundrels out here using House Wolford's name for ill gain. You've done us all proud today, Julio.
Thank you ever so much, my lord. We'd be facing starvation if you hadn't stepped in.
She really had us fooled. We should have known Lord Walford is too kind a man to order anything like that.
If you are ever troubled again, please seek me out. I shall ensure that any wrongs committed against you are set right.
I must say, your display of power was quite astonishing. One moment there wasn't a single cloud in the sky, and the next we were drenched to the bone. The townsfolk were certainly appreciative, and that means much in these trying times. Where did you learn such sorcery?
I was born with it, as were my forebears. In the far reaches of Hyzant, my people dwell, acting as shamans and summoning rain when the people cried for it.
You hail from Hyzant? I suppose we should count our blessings that you found your way to our ranks.
Ah, so you're Izana. We've heard tell of a witch using her dark arts to frighten the peasants into submission. Rest assured, we shall conduct a thorough investigation into these rumors. In the meantime, your presence is requested at the Hierophant's palace.
Rumors from whom? There are no dark arts being practiced here. And the people are not scared of me. I provide them rain when they require it. That is all.
Quiet, witch! Save your remonstrations for the Inquisition.
Is this their investigation? My guilt was decided ere they laid eyes upon me.
Perhaps they are threatened by the sight of the common folk huddled around your warming smile. The goddess of salt is a jealous mistress, after all, and her subjects cannot well suffer another to be so adored. It is as you said. If you appear before the Inquisition, you will surely be found guilty, and the punishment will be grave.
Then what recourse is left to me?
If the tentacles of the Church can reach this far, then nowhere in Hyzant is safe. We must flee our borders and go far from the gaze of the Zealots. It will be just as we promised each other. We'll start a new life, together.
Is that truly what you want? 'Tis hardly the new beginning we envisioned.
That matters not, only that it is ours.
Very well. Then let us meet again at nightfall. You know where. Until then, my love.
I shall count the minutes till next we meet.
Alas, he did not come. Another victim of the Inquisition's tyranny. Had he never met me, would he still be alive today? Should I have said nothing and fled alone in the night?
I am sorry for your loss, but you mustn't blame yourself. 'Twas hardly your fault. And you do not know his fate for certain. He could very well still be alive.
Perhaps. I tried to seek him out, but there was little I could do with the Church's agents breathing down my neck. They burned down his home, and his family was never heard from again. I fear the worst. The goddess of salt must be named so for the tears she causes. She took everything from me. Her minions, all of Hyzant, they bear responsibility for my grief, and I aim to see that they answer for it. Although we have known each other only briefly, I sense a strong ally in you. Will you lend me your sword when the time comes?
Of course. Of that you can be certain.
A whole day of hunting, and this is all I have to show for it. Wanted to give Lord Serenoa something meaty for once.
A deer is no easy prey. You are a skilled hunter.
One deer to your 3 boar? It's plain who the better of us is. I don't reckon you let a single one escape. Could be hunting is your true calling.
Perhaps. Before I was knighted, I was keeper of the Hawk's Roost. And besides, I come from a long line of hunters.
That's so. And what drove you to fight men for a living?
Glenbrook put out a call for hawk riders, that they might challenge S. Frost's aerial superiority. I answered that call. My training was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But I won a position in the Kingsguard, where I petitioned to serve Prince Roland personally.
Seeing you in action, I'm sure you could have made a fine commander. Yet you stuck by the prince's side.
Yes, I did. Flugy has yet to return. I hope he isn't in danger.
What's this then? A traveler out here all alone, huh? And in sore need of protection by my reckoning. Hand over your coin purse and maybe we can reach an arrangement.
Bandits? Here? How could I be so careless?
I'd advise against running. Ain't nowhere for you to go. Enough! Ugh. Are you hurt?
I'm fine, thanks to you. Had you not showed up when you did, I could have ended up dead. You have my gratitude.
Is that your hawk? It guided me here. I was in the middle of a hunt, but your bird cried out as if calling to me. Thank heavens I did not loose that arrow. I've never known hawks could be so wise.
His name is Flugy, and he's more than my hawk. He's my closest companion.
The bandits are growing more bold by the day. 'Tis best you returned home.
Wait! I have scarce little to give in the way of coin, but still, there must be something I can do to repay you.
Think nothing of it. It is the royal family's duty to protect our subjects.
The royal... Good heavens. You're Prince Roland. Forgive me, Your Highness.
There's no need for all that stuffy formality. May we meet again soon.
Yes, Your Highness. That was my first meeting with the prince. He saved my life, and for that, I shall be forever in his debt. I could settle for no less than the King's Guard.
Alright then, that seems like a perfect opportunity to end this episode on. So, thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope you enjoyed Triangle Strategy. I sincerely hope you will consider giving me a viewership again in the future sometime. And before actually ending this, let me check Flanagan. What are your abilities like? Sticky. Damn, you look cool. Increases damage inflicted to you by arrows. Okay, fair enough. Decreases damage taken head-on shield bash. Aerial assault right. Yo, to all enemies within range. What? Pretty good stats. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay then, and with that as our ending note, I bid you all fun. Bye.